Hey y'all, Christy here. It is Wednesday, December, 21st, and it's day 65 of my Live Hard challenge. So I only got 10 days left. Yay, that's amazing. It's kind of flown by, I guess. And I took the past couple days off. You know, I've been reading my books and listening to podcasts and just being present and being alone with me. And I've been processing a few things that I've heard and actually internalizing them, like, you know, the book that I've been reading, or finished, The Untethered Soul. And you know, a few things that I've heard, you know, on various podcasts I guess triggered those things that were locked in my heart, and they resonated with me. So I took some time to explore them, and I guess like it says, release them. And you know, I want to share them with you. And you know, one of the podcasts that I listened to, it was talking about, you know, how when people are sharing experiences with you, it's considered being vulnerable, but it's not really vulnerability, because vulnerability is a weakness, and I'm not really showing a weakness. I'm being transparent. That's what it said, to convey that you're transparent, not you're vulnerable, because vulnerability means like you need help and you're seeking out others' advice, which I'm not. So I'm being transparent with my journey, not vulnerable or weak, just transparent in this journey. And in the act of transparency, I want to talk about a few of those things that triggered these emotions in me. And the other day I was listening to a podcast on the Ed Mylett show. It's an older one. It's probably a couple months ago, where he was talking with Leanne Rimes, and they were talking about, you know, their own personal struggles. And there was something she said that just like made me stop instantly and react to it, and I wanted to explore it. And she had said something along the lines that she was always striving to have all these accomplishments. And the reasons for the accomplishments, she tied all these accomplishments and all these successes to love. And she wasn't worthy to receive love unless she achieved these accomplishments. And that just made me stop for a minute and think, you know, that she didn't allow herself to feel love unless she was successful or unless she accomplished something. And that immediately struck a chord with me, and I had to process that. And it actually took a couple days to actually process that. Morning, how are you? So now that I've processed that emotion myself, I can say that is one of the things that I truly have struggled with in the past, that I don't know how to receive love. I know I'm loved, but I don't allow it to be processed and internalized. I know how to love. I love unconditionally and I give love, but I don't know how to receive it. And that was just something that was truly, truly an aha moment for me, because that's exactly how I operated. You know, in order to be loved and be worthy of love, I needed to be successful, and I needed to have all these achievements. You know, everything I did in my past and have done is to be worthy of love. And that was kind of like a, you know, just, it was very real to me that I never thought about it that way. You know, why am I always striving for more? Why is one degree not good? Why is one degree not good enough? You know, why is my bachelor's not good enough? Let me go get my master's. Why is one master's not good enough? Let me go get another master. It was not because anyone put any pressures on me. It was, I didn't think I was worthy or worthy of all the love that I was receiving. And I very much can relate to her saying that, you know, in order to be loved, I had to produce something. Because if I didn't produce something, then I wasn't worthy of love. And I don't know where that came from. You know, I don't blame that on any way. I don't have an experience in my past that says, you know, you need to be producing and be successful in order to receive love. And, you know, I know I'm loved, and I just don't allow myself to feel loved. It's a surface. You know, other than a few rare instances, you know, I internalize the love that I have with my husband. And that's because, you know, I spend every day with him. And for the past 27 years, I mean, we've been married 26, but we've been together 27 years. It's always in my face, you know. So I know I'm worthy of his love. But if I'm being honest, that's about as deep as it goes, you know. Everyone else, it's surface love. And, you know, it's sad to say that, you know, because I know I'm loved deeply by my family, you know, but I don't feel I'm worthy of it. And that, you know, and they've never made me feel that way. It's just something that I am going to continue to explore and process and internalize and release it. And I'm not holding on to it. I'm experiencing that emotion, you know, letting it feel that sadness and that deep pain, and then releasing it. But I don't know why that is the way it is, and that's something I'm going to have to work on, because I never thought about it that way. Is that why am I not worthy? Why do I associate worthiness with success? Worthiness of love with success? You know, I don't know. You know, but it really, really struck a chord with me, because I love with my whole heart, and I love unconditionally, but I don't allow that same feeling for myself. You know, I think there's conditions that need to be attached to it, and I don't think it's 100% genuine unless there's a condition attached to it and it's only surface level. And I don't really know why. Yes, I've been hurt in the past, but it has nothing to do with someone, you know, that I can relate it to. You know, there's no one particular person or instance that I can say that's what the cause of it was. Hi. There you go.
So much.
You're welcome. But I don't have one person or one particular instance that I can pinpoint. But, you know, this, you know, has always been a feature for me then, because I've never felt content in my achievements. And, you know, when I go so long without doing an achievement, then I don't feel unworthy of the love that I receive. And I don't know why. And it makes me sad, because I'm missing out on that genuine love. You know, I only let it touch the surface level. And, you know, to me, I don't internalize the feeling. And, you know, it makes me sad, because why am I so hard on that? Why is it so hard for me to let that in and process it? Other than for my husband. I mean, that's truly the only person. You know, that is 100% transparency and facts. He is the only person that I allow to love me to my core. And it's only because of the fact that we spend every day together. You know, if it wasn't that way, if we didn't spend every day together, you know, for the past 27 years, could I honestly say that I'm worthy of his love? No. I wouldn't. I mean, because, you know, I know my parents love me, but they're just a little bit below the surface level. You know, I feel like I have to do things to make them proud, and I have to earn their love, even though I know that's the stupidest thing in the world. But I mean, that's what I've been processing these past couple of days, is that, you know, am I afraid of being hurt? No, because I've been hurt in the past. I don't know what it is, you know, and it's racking my brain. And, you know, and like I said, I don't have a problem loving. It's not me giving love, it's me receiving love and accepting it and feeling worthy of it. And, you know, it's going to be something I'm going to have to work on every day. And, you know, it's like every day or every other day, you know, I'm discovering more and more about myself that I thought I knew or I had figured out, and I don't have it figured out, and I'm okay with that. But that one idea, it really just kind of just touched me, because it's one of the things I couldn't verbalize, I guess, because I didn't know how to express it. I didn't know what it was or how to put an actual set of words to what I was feeling. And when she said it, I knew exactly what she meant. And, you know, I could relate. And, you know, like she had said, it's still a thing that she struggles with. But she's learned to make peace with it, and she's taken active steps to not associate success and love. And a lot of it's being in the moment, being present in the moment and allowing yourself to experience your life, not relating it to your past. And, I'm going to try that. I do feel love immensely when I've started living in the moment. I do feel it. Maybe I'm making the right steps now. And I hadn't in the past, but it's the fact of admitting that I put the two together. Success equals love. Achievements equals love. Otherwise, if you're not successful or you're not achieving things, you're not worthy of love. You don't deserve it. And, I guess I value love so highly. And that, I have to attach something to it because to me, it's so valuable. Unconditional love. It's at the top. And I guess, it's valued and protected in my perspective. So I've done everything I possibly can to make sure that I deserve it and I'm worthy of it. And I know I am. And I know I am greatly loved. And I love greatly as well. It's just something I'm going to have to work on. And, I'm up for the challenge. But it really was an eye-opener because I had no idea that was something that was one of those things that was locked away inside my heart. And that, of course, a phrase, a set of words triggered it. An emotion came up. And it was deep sadness and pain because I knew exactly what she was talking about. And so, I needed a few days to process that and truly understand what it meant. And I still don't really understand it 100%, but I at least recognize it now and I'm aware. And that's what she said, half the battle is being aware of it. And just the fact of being aware of it, how to eventually solve it because now you're aware of it. Before you weren't. And I wasn't. I wasn't aware of that association. I knew it was something, but I didn't know what it was. And, I'm so grateful to be on this journey. And I was called to do this journey and I didn't really understand why. And it's becoming a lot clearer to me why. I needed to work on myself. And I needed clarity not only for myself, but for others around me. I've got some things going on in my life, that aren't directly things that I'm going through, but people I care deeply about are going through. And 65 days ago, I wouldn't have the clarity to objectively look at the situation or process it or be the support that needs to be, be the shoulder or the ear or the lending hand. I wouldn't have the clarity to do that because I was too busy 65 days ago wrapped up in my own things that I thought were the end of the world. And I was pretty much self-medicating myself, And I'm not proud of it, but I became aware of it. And, I felt like, to me, the only way to escape my own internal sadness 65 days ago was to self-medicate and numb myself with alcohol. I'm not proud to say it, but I was probably drinking an 18-pack every 2 days. Of course, it was Michelob Ultra. It still doesn't excuse it. But it had gotten that bad, And this has been going on for a long time. Not the volume, but it steadily increased. You know, it used to start, you know, when I got home. You know, my way from work was to decompress with and have a few beers and numb the stress and until I passed out, because I, you know, like I said, I couldn't go to sleep because I was too busy processing all the stressors in my life, you know. And it became, you know, and it started out okay every now and then it became every night, and then it became pretty much every weekend, you know, where I didn't want to face reality, and the way to escape it was to self-medicate and numb it and just have it wiped from my memory just for a brief moment. And, you know, it slowly progressed like things do. And, you know, it got to the point where 65 days ago, I literally, because now, you know, after, you know, I made a career change and started working from home, you know, 65 days ago, it became, okay, is it 11 o'clock now so I can pop a top? Is it 10:30? Hey, 10:30. And, you know, I just finally became aware of it and understood the seriousness of what I was going through. And it wasn't solving anything. It was just numbing it, pacifying it. And I did finally become aware of it, and I had to help myself. You know, I was too embarrassed to tell anybody or too embarrassed to ask for help. So I am grateful that I stumbled across this challenge, because it was what I needed. And, you know, that's kind of what made me turn back to my faith, is because, you know, it was put forth before me by some powers, you know, that be, by the powers that be. And I wasn't looking for it because I didn't think I had a problem. I mean, yeah, I was like, you know, it's just beer. I mean, come on now. That's not a problem. It's just Michelob Ultra. I mean, it's only whatever, 3.5 or 4%. You know, it's not a big deal. And just brushed it off always. And then when I came across this challenge, then I started evaluating it and saw and became aware that it was a problem. And I needed to get it under control before it started having dire consequences and effects on my, good morning, on, you know, my, good morning, on my personal as well as professional life. And I'm so thankful I did, because I can't tell you where I would be 65 days right now at this moment had I not made that change. And that's something not a lot of people know, you know, and I'm not proud of it, but it happens to the best of us. And, you know, I wish it wouldn't have, but there's nothing I can do about it now. You know, I'm doing everything that needs to be done to make it right. And, you know, it happens to the best of us, you know. That's why I say don't always assume that those of us that walk around, you know, with our shoulders back in our head held up high, that we have it all figured out and we have it together, because secretly we don't sometimes, and I didn't. I was just good at masking it. And I just finally had to do something about it. And I'm forever grateful I did. And I'm forever grateful that I came across this challenge, because it truly allowed me to step back and save myself from myself. And, you know, I wanted to share that. I'm not proud of it, like I said. But it is a part of me. And it's a very important part of me. Because it was consuming a lot of my life. And clouding my judgments. And numbing realities that I didn't want to accept. And I'm only able to see that now, 65 days later. Because now I have the clarity. And I'm forever grateful because I need it now. I need clarity to move forward. And to help those closest to me. And to be that voice of reason and understanding. Not that I have the answers, but I have the clarity now to focus. And not to be so self-absorbed in my own problems, which are nothing compared to struggles that others face. And I'm seeing that firsthand. That what I was self-medicating myself from was, not a big deal. But it was a big deal to me. And that's not what I'm saying, is that other people's problems are more important than your own, because it doesn't matter. They affect you the way they affect you. And mine affected me the way they affected me. I thought they were the end of the world. And that's what I want to make clear, is that I'm not saying that someone else's problems are more significant and more important than your own, so ignore your own. No, that's not what I'm saying. That, you can't compare them because you're not walking in their shoes. I mean, all you have to do is be aware of your own. And it took me a while to become aware of my own vices. And like I said, I'm grateful for it because I need the clarity and I need the strength. And there's a mosquito on my chin. Sorry about that. But, I just wanted to be transparent. And that's about as transparent as you're going to get from me, because that is something I have not shared, but with a couple of very important people. And like I said, I am not proud of it by any stretch of the means. But it's a part of me. And it's a place I don't want to go back to. And so now, this video is a forever reminder of where I was 65 days ago. And so there's no denying it. There's no pushing it away deep down. It's been accepted. I came across this challenge as a solution to it, and it's gonna continue on afterwards. Not that I'm not ever going to drink, because I do enjoy it, but it's not going to be a way to self-medicate myself as I had used it in the past. And I'm going to have to be very honest with myself and aware of that at all times, because it could be so easy to slip back into that. And I accept that challenge. And I still got a lot to work on. But there's a mosquito on my ear, I feel it. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. And just know that you're important and you matter. Your happiness matters, your well-being matters. Take time to ask yourself these things. How do I feel? What is my... Examine your health, your worth, and your happiness on a daily basis. And try and find out, if you're not feeling healthy, what's causing it. If you're not feeling happy, what's causing it. But delete regrets, hit reset, and unleash your new mindset. And I will see y'all tomorrow. And I'll get back to the book. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on the past couple of days. All right. Have a great Wednesday. See you tomorrow.